Would you let me spit in your mouth?
Yeah.
Open. Hi, my name is Lily Phillips and I'm best known for being UK's biggest sluzzer. Bring in the boys. How many of the are you? 8. Light work. That's rookie numbers.
Hey everyone, welcome. You've likely heard of Lily Phillips by now. This is the person, the lonely fans model who aimed to sleep with 100 men in a single day. Just one day. Absolutely 100. Absolutely, you got it. 100 guys in just a single day. That's just absurd. So she's been in the news lately because there's this documentary that was made about everything, and what's really interesting is the reveal afterwards. So we're going to check it out because wow, it's really interesting.
When was the last time you ate?
I think I had a yum yum, and I think I had a sandwich, and that was kind of, and then the rest. It's not for the weak, girls.
It's not meant for everyone. You don't need to be a tough girl to handle that. No way, not at all. It seems like you really had to disconnect from reality to pull off what you just did. It really takes a lack of morals to do something like that. That's just gross. You can really see it in her face, and we'll check out a bit more of this along with some other clips. Her face says it all. You can totally see it. Hey, you can totally see it. She brought this on herself. So she's definitely shaped by her culture, but at the end of the day, she made these choices herself.
I'm honest, it was hard. I don't know if I'd recommend it.
Take a look at it. Can't you just see it in her face? You got a clear view of it. You can check out the cogs, huh? They're beginning to change. You're able to see. Do you think it was worth it? She's wondering. I wouldn't suggest it.
I think if you're a different type of girl, it's very like...
She really looks like she's...
It's kind of like being a prostitute in a sense.
No way, not at all. It's not really the same as being a prostitute. You're in the business of providing intimate services. You're right, you are. You really are. So you did all of this just for the cash, huh? Absolutely. Hey, those guys didn't pay you, did they? I'm not sure if they did. I'm just gonna picture it. I don't think so. But you did it for the cash. You're in the business of providing intimate services. There's really no other way to say it. You are. It's really that straightforward. You're in the business of selling companionship. Oh, and also, I think I replied to it or maybe shared it, but honestly, I can't quite remember. But some folks have chimed in and said, no. Even sex workers wouldn't go that far. Even sex workers don't see 100 clients in a single day. Honestly, I'm not sure, but I can totally see why they might not. You're really something else, aren't you? You're really not doing yourself any favors, are you?
Sense of like, it's just a different feeling. I don't know how to explain it, like...
It's not like just having sex with someone.
Yeah. Just one in, one out, like it feels intense.
Totally, I can see that. I can imagine it does, especially since you just put yourself out there like that. You're just a product. That's really gross. It's definitely more intense than you expected, right? For sure, she's really on the verge of tears. It's really terrible. That's just terrible. There's actually a bit more going on here. So yeah, there's definitely a byproduct of society happening here. Hey, it's all about freedom, right? My body, my choice. I get to make my own decisions. Yeah, you know, like enjoying that kind of stuff, right? Totally. You're just a result of everything that's happened. Maybe tone it down a bit. Absolutely, totally gross. That's really gross.
Like more intense than you thought it might.
Definitely. I think sometimes like feeling so like robotic, like by the, I think like the third.
She's actually crying.
You know, like when we're getting on a bit, I've got like a routine of like how we're gonna do this, and like it just, sometimes you'd like disassociate and be like.
It's just so tragic, like really tragic, really sad.
You know, like it's not like normal sex at all. In my head right now, I can think of like 5, 6 guys, 10 guys that I remember, and that's it.
That's just gross. That's really gross. You're really unpleasant. That's pretty harsh. You're just a mess. It seems like finding someone to marry might be a bit challenging for you. It seems like having kids might not be, you know, on the cards for you. No one's really gonna want to take a picture with it, right? Honestly, I just find it really disgusting. You probably won't want to snap a photo with it. I don't think you'd want to take her out on a date. Nothing is really sacred anymore. It feels like there's really nothing special about this person. So I get that there could be a debate about this, yeah, but you know, whoever you end up with, unless they're a virgin, has probably been with someone else, right? Blah, blah, blah. Totally get that. Wow, 100 men in just one day. Come on, behave yourself, buddy.
But it's just, I don't know, it's just weird, isn't it? Like, if I didn't have the videos, I wouldn't have known I've done 100, you know?
So yeah, here you go. You're in the business of providing companionship. You went ahead and did it for the videos to earn some cash on Lonely Fans.
But yeah, I think that was kind of the hard part, is like conversing with them, and like when they'd kind of be like, oh, like we've only had 2 minutes or 3 minutes and you said 5 on the message.
Did someone say that to you?
Yeah. And obviously it just makes me feel so bad.
Do you think you
I guess when you've promised something to people who support you, it's kind of hard.
So these folks are really fans of Lonely Fans, right? They're the folks who have your back on Lonely Fans. So you're a sex worker, huh? So you're getting cozy with them just for their cash, huh?
Hard to let them down.
But it's up to you, right? Like when you know.
Yeah.
Have you even processed, do you think, what's happened?
Not yet. God, I won't forget this day, Jesus.
She's really crying. I'm honestly in tears right now. That's really gross, you know? What a shame. Anyone who supports this kind of thing is just the worst.
When I decided to start making this documentary, I wasn't too sure of what to expect. I certainly didn't expect to see Lily so upset at the end of it all.
Did you really not? Hey, what's going on with you? Wait, what do you mean you didn't think she'd be so upset at the end? It was pretty obvious that this was going to happen, right, huh? It's wild how even the documentary filmmaker is putting on this strange public show of morality, just going completely out the window. What made you think she wouldn't be upset? You really thought she'd be okay with that, huh? Did she pick up anything from that? Nope.
I spent 14 consecutive hours getting ran through, and now I'm going to be doing 24 because I'm going to be going for the world record early February next year. I'm going to go for 1,000.
If you had any sympathy for her while watching those tearful videos, just toss it in the bin, my friend. She's not that best person out there. That's just disgusting. You're thinking about going for it? Wow, you really wouldn't want to get close to that. It feels like a nuclear reactor is about to go offline. Wouldn't you think you'd never want to go near it? What a nasty thing. I've come across a few simps out there. Hey, come on, you just chill out, alright? No need to be so harsh. It's not cool. She's really unpleasant. Those guys are really awful for doing that. It seems like everyone is acting pretty terrible in this situation. It feels like morality and culture have just totally fallen apart just for a little bit of fun. That's really gross. That's just gross. Oh, my bad. What's going on here? It's really disappointing to see how some men are taking advantage of Lily Phillips. Wait, what did you say? Wait, what did you say? It's really disappointing to see how some men are taking advantage of Lily Phillips. Oh no, I totally read that right. It's a bit unfair that men are being blamed for this woman choosing to prostitute herself. Okay, looks like we have to read this, right? Lily Phillips made headlines for her incredible feat of being with 101 men in one day back in October. However, the real conversation should be about the men who took advantage of her and those who lined up for the experience. I was in a YouTube film where I ended up sleeping with 100 men in just one day. This young woman, who seems a bit vulnerable, is likely a millionaire. So let's be real, she brought this on herself. So she's thinking about her next big challenge, which is to meet 1,000 guys in just 24 hours. That breaks down to about 1 minute and 44 seconds for each encounter, and she's planning to keep it going all day long. I really hope you get hurt so you can skip all of this. What do you think? Well, it's clear that this publicity stunt is going to boost her already impressive annual earnings, but Phillips is definitely going to face some serious consequences. I've talked to women who have had to do that with 8 to 10, sometimes even 12 men each day. They were under the control of a pimp in a brothel, and they've experienced firsthand the terrible effects on their mental and physical health. Honestly, the details are just too graphic and disturbing to get into, but the physical effects on the body from so many men in such a short time are really shocking. What about the guys who want to get in on that competition? Why would they want to do this after so many others have for me? It brings to mind those guys standing in line to seriously? It's like watching a game from the sidelines. In Germany, there are these huge brothels that really cater to stag parties where you might find a dozen guys hanging out together, getting involved in all sorts of activities. I can hardly wrap my head around the fact that these kinds of things are still happening in the 21st century. Lily shared that she kind of checked out, mentally. Actually, she did. She actually said it. So during the 101 challenge in October, there's this 23-year-old, and yeah, she's 23. You're really unpleasant. That's pretty harsh. You're just a mess. That's really gross. It seems like you might be feeling a bit down about things. Just remember, everyone has their moments. Fingers crossed it's worth it. I really hope those millions are worth it, buddy. That's really gross. That's really disgusting. This is just incredibly, unbelievably bad. Lily's story kind of reminds me of what I've heard from other women on LonelyFans. The young women from the middle class who show up there usually haven't been involved in prostitution before, and many of the others come from disadvantaged or impoverished backgrounds. I found my way to the site during COVID when the brothels were shut down, no doubt about it. Whatever the intention of OnlyFans, it feels like there's a layer of prostitution happening behind a screen, and you can't ignore that pimps and predators are often lurking nearby. When women like Lily discuss being driven by desire, it feels like a fantasy created for men. No woman dreams of ending up with injuries like that. I mean, seriously, this is just ridiculous, just so you know. Hey, ladies, can we talk for a second? You've been misled, haven't you? You've been misled, sold on the idea that working for someone who doesn't even know you're there, likely a guy, is a positive thing. Hey, boss, that's right. No way. I think it's important to find someone who truly loves you. A guy who would treat you like royalty and do anything to make you happy. It's perfectly okay to want to stay at home and enjoy that kind of relationship. You can totally work for the guy who loves you, taking care of the house. I can't see it. What's way better than heading out to work instead of that? Would you rather work for someone who can't stand you or for someone who really appreciates you? Honestly, I'd prefer to go with the second option. But okay. But what these folks have been promised now is fast and simple access to cash. This feels like real freedom. It's just fantastic. You go, girl. Do what makes you happy. It's all about climbing that ladder, right? It's kind of like, you'd be happy. You'd definitely be happier. Honestly, I think you'd be a lot happier if you went with what I suggested. Well, it seems like no guy is going to want to be with you now. You're just awful, like a pest, really gross. Yeah, nobody's really into that. That's really gross. If you're into LonelyFans, that's just not cool. That's really not cool. I really don't care. There's really no other way to say it. You're in the business of selling intimacy. That's just gross. Well, there you have it. Lily Phillips' story. Let's treat this as a cautionary tale. Maybe try to keep it classy, huh? And look for a guy who will take care of you. There's just so much out there. This is definitely better than that stuff anyway. I'd love to hear what you think, so drop your thoughts in the comments.